Hello, it's Nicky. How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. You had a good weekend. It's the first of the month today. And actually, I love the first of the month because it's a brand new opportunity to be considered in our life and business, and also pay loads of bills, which I've just done. But anyway, that's all fine. That is part of adulting. Also, this month is the month that I turn 40, and I am in a very reflective state about it. And wow, I'm just going to go straight there, shall I? So yeah, this month basically, turning 40, being reflective towards the end of the year, really taking this opportunity at the beginning of the month to have a check-in. This month, I'm going to be talking a lot about speaking your truth and sharing who you are, or giving yourself that opportunity to go deeper and speak to yourself, or speak to your soul, speak to your heart. And this is very important in life and in business, because I think if you don't, or you're not, you feel it. And actually what might happen is, on a day-to-day basis, you might be like, I'm not feeling it, I'm feeling all right. But what you might notice is your baseline of, yeah, it's work, yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm tired, I'm doing the thing, is the baseline. And I've always been very clear with my life, and that's not to say that I've always felt like this at all, but I don't just want to feel all right. I don't. I want to have a really good life. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be one of those people that is amazed and thrilled by the time it gets to Wednesday because it's only 3 days to the weekend. That's just not my vibe, because I feel like there's 365 days of the year. And if you're only celebrating weekends, that's a lot of your life where you're feeling miserable. Now, I know everybody is in different situations, and I know that's coming from a certain amount of privilege. But please believe me also that I've done many jobs throughout my life where I have celebrated that hump day. And it's an opportunity, I guess, to reflect and to share some first-hand experience of what I'm considering and thinking about at the moment, but hopefully you will take some things from it. So over the course of November, I'm going to be talking about speaking your truth, speaking up, telling stories, really getting into the nitty-gritty of that. And I'm really excited to share all of that. But I thought for this first week, before I turn 40 next week even, I'm going to be sharing some lessons that I guess I'm pulling together, and they're not in any particular order. Some of them are, some of them really kind of came thick and fast. But I thought they might be useful as maybe a reflection or something to take to your journal, and also a reminder, because this is, a specific video about me turning 40, but I really believe, and there are some times or some decisions that I've made in my life that have made no sense to anybody else. Like it could have been, and there's one particular that I'm thinking about, like it was a random day in April in the middle of the afternoon, and I made a decision that changed the course of my life. And there's been a lot of those moments sometimes where I just get to that point where I'm like, no, I've got to change. I've got to move. I've got to break out of this moment. So even if you're not turning 40, even if you haven't got a birthday coming up, I hope you get something from this. So number one, when I was doing a bit of research around 40s, there isn't actually a lot of information out there. There's all the sort of cliched cars of fabulous at 40s, or life begins at 40. And I actually remember my parents turning 40 as well, and those sorts of connotations. But what came up for me is I have to start with gratitude. And that gratitude is not everybody gets to turn 40. And I'm fully aware of that. And I've seen that in quite close circumstances. That there will be some people who were contemporaries of mine who didn't get to celebrate being 40. We didn't get to celebrate them being 40. And so I have to start there. And so maybe using this reflection in your life or in your business or whatever's going on for you, realizing that you're still here, you're still breathing, and there is possibility is really important. Because otherwise, we can choose the dark path maybe, or I know sometimes I have a propensity to go, well, I haven't done this, or why did I make that decision when I was 28, or I should be further on, or all of that kind of negative chat. And so that's the first thing that I want to share. And that's what I'm going to be practicing over this next week. Like, I'm lucky. I get to be 40. I mean, unless something really dramatic happens between now and next week, but I get to be 40. Number 2, 40 is just a number and you get to choose how you define it. And this is really key in lots of ways in terms of your business or how long you've been doing something, or your relationship and how that moves, or what you do with your house. And I think certainly my own education, there was such a cheerleading squad for ticking boxes. Like, do this. Oh, she's settled. Oh, thank goodness, because we were worried for a bit. People say these sorts of things, or, there was a celebration of doing the right thing. But because I was that teenager that was always questioning and going, why is it the right thing? Why? Why are you saying that? And why are you suddenly going to feel more at ease if I do something that pleases you? I mean, that's a whole other story for a long time. And so wherever you're up to, you get to define it. You get to define your version of success. And it's really important that you do. And so if things are feeling stuck or sticky, ask yourself, whose rules are you leading by? And society wants you as a woman at the age of 40, already I'm getting cozy slipper adverts coming through my door, or people are saying, I mean, now they're still there a little bit, the sleepless nights of being a mum. People are like, get ready, because the menopause is going to slap you around the chops in a second. So get ready. Don't get too comfortable. It's going to be a nightmare. And I'm really choosing, and it is a practice, that I don't want to be in that place all the time of thinking the best years are behind me. I want the best years to be ahead of me. And making that choice has to lead the way. Number 3. I have taken this opportunity to do a full life check-in. And again, this can be really difficult sometimes because you don't want to look. Or you don't want to pull back anything just in case you discover something. Or you might not be comfortable in that place of celebrating what you have done. You might be somebody who goes, yeah, but I've done this, or I didn't do this in the way, or that didn't work. And making sure that going forward, I know where I'm starting from, like where I'm beginning my 5th decade, has been an important but tricky process sometimes. Because it's about checking in with that truth of yourself, of really asking those questions. And asking, does this make me happy? Why am I doing this? Or what am I scared of? Or you say you want this, but you're not doing anything about it. Why is that? What's going on? That's been very interesting and exciting as well. Actually, a dad on the school run said to me this morning, this is such an opportunity for you to create something new. This is such an opportunity for you to write a brand new chapter. And that was really uplifting. As I sort of crossed the road today, I was like, thank you for that. That's great. And so this first day of the month, or first day of the whatever it is, a brand new week, it's an opportunity to check in to see what's going on, so you're more informed, so you therefore know where you're going and what you're doing. Number 4, and I'm just going to share 2 more today. Declutter and release and work out what is coming with me into my 5th decade. 5th decade sounds very dramatic, doesn't it? Come into my 5th decade. I'll be in the West Wing. Yeah, that's been an interesting process, and I've let go of a lot of stuff. I've decluttered my desktop. I've got rid of old things. I've sold stuff. I've shredded stuff. I have released a lot of things, and that has been an important process to make space for more of what I want. Number 5, I've checked in with a lot of dates. Now, these could be the dates of stuff that I see on a day-to-day basis, like energetically I need to move. Like, why have I got that thing that was maybe important to me in 1993, but it's not important to me now? And why am I seeing that? Why am I focusing on that? There was something, I don't know where it went actually. Maybe I've got rid of it. But there was something like hanging around from my school days, and I was like, why is this in my space? Like, I need to move it on. And I've been looking at stuff as well in terms of clothes, of thinking, oh, I'll hold on to that because I'll probably wear it. And then doing the maths and going, I bought that thing 22 years ago, and I've maybe not worn it for the last 17 years. Do I really want to keep it? Why am I keeping it? And so checking the dates. Check the dates. That might help with the declutter and the release as well. Also, sometimes we're holding on to the dates of other people's things. So if you've got old emails from people, or old businesses, or I don't know, invitations that you went to and you didn't enjoy, or you didn't have a good time, release those. So 4 and 5, and maybe 3 as well. So take the opportunity to do a full life check-in. Number 4, declutter and release. And number 5, check in with those dates. Certainly around that life check-in, I was thinking about stuff that I wanted, or obstacles or fears or things that were holding me back, or stuff that hadn't happened. And I had to check in and ask myself why. And was it that person who said something to me? I mean, you know, as an actor, you have a lot of rejection. Was it that casting director who said something off the cuff and somehow it's got in here, and it's time to let it go? So I'm going to be here over the next few years. I will be here for the next few years, probably, but definitely over the next few days, sharing a few more life lessons, and hopefully some journaling points that you can take as well. So thanks so much for watching and for listening, and please subscribe or follow here, and I look forward to chatting tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.